Hello, this is the first of two Lost Adventures video tutorials. This is the how to set up the game tutorial. So we'll start with that. The second will explain how to play the game. So we've done the first step, which is to set the board on the table. The second step is we're going to prepare the enemy zeal track, and we're going to do that simply by putting one cube here. And the success track uses this marker here. We're just going to put it in that general area. I'm going to put 6 white cubes near there as well. Those are going to be used for the encounters. Next, we're going to give each of our players, let's pretend we have 3 players, but each player is going to get a notepad on which they're going to be able to write information that they acquire. We'll rip this off of the sheet, but they can be reused with an eraser. And then there's also an information card that tells you about the dice probabilities and that sort of thing. So we'll give that to each player. Next, each player is going to pick a color. We're going to give that player a pawn in that color. And then all players are going to put their disc on the start space on the running time track. And each player is going to put a pawn, the pawn, in the start space. And that sort of represents being in, often, America or something like that. Next, we're going to start giving out adventure cards. We first start with the 6 trait cards. We're going to shuffle these up and give one to each player. And then that player is going to put it on the table right in front of them. And any extras we return to the box. Then we have 2 decks of adventure cards. One which has globes on the back and one which does not. We're going to shuffle both of these cards, or these decks. And each player is going to take 2 cards from the globe deck and put them next to the trait card that they received. And then the rest of the cards are going to be placed in a draw pile there. The adventure cards, without a globe on the back, we're going to shuffle those up, and then we're going to fill this display here. So these are cards that players are going to claim as part of their turn. And there's a display of them, and we're going to put them there and put the extras in a draw pile there. Okay, after that, step 8 is to take these 3 wooden squares and put one on each of the rightmost boxes in this display. These tell you what challenge category you face when you go to a particular type of city, and they're going to move in a way that we're going to describe in the rules explanation later on. Okay, next we're going to take our hubris and curse tokens. The hubris tokens are discs. The curse tokens are the little skull tokens. We're just going to put those near the board. I like to keep them in this just to keep them neat, but if you want to dump them out, whatever you prefer. After that, we're going to take the penalty cards. There are 5 of those. We're going to shuffle them up and put them near the board. We won't need these till the map phase, but they show the penalties we're going to incur in the map phase bidding, which we're going to talk about. So we put those near the board. Then we pick the temple movement card. We said this is a 3-player game, so we pick the card that has 3 players and we put this near the board. Again, we don't need that till the temple, but we will have that right there. After that, we're going to shuffle up the theme tiles. These are tiles that we're going to interview to get information. They used to be cards, now they're tiles. We're going to shuffle all these up and put them, you can do it face down or however you want to do it. Just kind of randomly distribute them among all the cities, not Berlin and not the start city. Okay, we have shuffled up and dealt out all of our theme tiles, and then of these, 2 of them are the greater relics. These are the tiles that have a blue square around the outside edge. We're going to put those off to the side of the board. Then we're going to take the lesser relics, which are these 4. Currently they're cards. They could also be tiles, but they're green. We're going to put these off to the side of the board as well. So these are things that players can search for, and to do that, each one is going to get a location card. Now the Temple Secrets cards all look pretty similar on the back printing, but except for the color. Blue signifies location. So we're going to shuffle these and put one face down next to each location. Okay, and then finally we're going to pick a start player. Oops, one thing I forgot apparently is to put the black enemy pawn in Berlin. Then we're going to pick a start player. Let's say it's this player, and we're going to give that person the 2 dice and a start player token. And then that is all we need to do to set up the map phase. But we should also set up the temple so that we know what it is that we're trying to get information about. So I'm just going to move this out of the way and show how we set up the temple. First, we have all of these temple tiles, or temple map tiles, I think they're called, or temple map cards. They're sort of oversized tarot-sized cards. And we're going to lay these out in a row to form our lost temple. So the order is somewhat prescribed. First is going to come blue, then red, and that represents the approach to the temple. Then optionally, we have the ability to choose putting in a black card or 2 black cards, and those can go in a couple different places. But for this setup, I'll pick the one that has the little door icon on it, and I'll put that right here next to the red. After red comes purple, so we put purple here. And you can, these are double-sided, you can pick either side to face up, that's fine. And then we're going to pick a yellow card to go after the purple card. And then finally, the final hubris challenge is the green card. Okay, then we're going to put the temple secrets cards that go with the temple onto these cards. So first is blue, we pick a blue card to go with that. Then is red, we shuffle and get the top 2 red cards and put those there. Then we have the door, so we're going to pick, we're going to shuffle the door cards and put the top 1 there. And then same thing for purple, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 purple cards. And then the Grail Room, we're going to put 1, 2, 3 yellow cards. And there we go. Then we're going to put cubes on these as indicated by the card. Now, the thing about this is the maximum number of green cubes a card gets is the number of players minus 1. So here we have a 3-player game, so I'm only going to put at most 2 green cubes on each card. For cards that need more cubes than that, I'm going to put black cubes instead. So this one wants 3, but only 2 of them are green, there's a black cube. This one wants 5, but only 2 are green, so there I've added 3 black cubes, and so on. We're also going to set up the relics in this way. Each lesser relics information card gets a black cube. Whoops. And same deal here. These each get 3. So 2 of them are green and 1 is black. Okay, and that's it. The game is set up and we are ready to play.